Hey everybody, it's me, DJ Exotic. Today is September 11th, 2011. Um, 10 years ago, there was an attack on the World Trade Center in Manhattan. And most of you already know what's happened, so I'm going to tell you my experience, what I went through, and what I was doing on that day. So here we go. What can I say? In 2001, on September 11, I was getting ready to go to school for band practice because we had to practice our parts for marching for football, Texas football. I got to school around 6:45. I was attending a Temple High School. I was actually having a good day. I was doing all right. I was doing my parts and stuff like that. When school started around like at 8. Well, actually it's 7:45 because we got to be on Oasis and hit our first period of class at 8 o'clock. My first class was a math class. I did my class. All of us was chilling. My second period class was band because I was in symphony band. We were playing our parts, we were practicing, and we're actually was doing our test too. And like out of nowhere, the principal made an announcement that students stay in your classroom. Will let you know when you're going to go to your next period class. Please stay in your classroom, and staff, please do not let your students be out unless they're going to the bathroom. That's basically it. And he hung up the intercom mic. We were still practicing. Then my teacher's like, you know what, just take a rest, I'm gonna check what's going on the telephone. Put your instruments up and just sit in your seats and just wait till the announcement that you go to your next classroom. All right. And before he even got off the stand to check what's going on, my teacher, Mr. Cartwell, came out and like said the World Trade Centers got hit. And we're like in our classroom, looking at him like a dumbass. What the hell you're talking about, World Trade Centers? And and he was kind of freaking out a little bit. And my Ben says his teacher, damn it, I forgot his name. He was going to him, he whispered in his ear, what are you talking about, what's going on? And he whispered back in his ear, and he was kind of shocked. So he ran to the office, both of them got on the phone, and trying to talk to I think the principal or the staff in the office. During that time we were just chilling and stuff like that. And like what else that happened? That's when the announcement made is that students, please go to your third period class and remain in your third period class. And we went to our third period class. My class was biology on the second floor, on top of the student center. And what else? I went to my classroom and everybody's like, what the heck's going on, man? Typical stuff. I got to my class, early. Nobody was in my classroom until like the end of the period, and everybody was there. My teacher just barely came up, and first thing he did, he checked if everybody was there in the classroom. And he went on the television set, connected. It was biology class, so there was a television set. What he did? He was trying to get some signals or some channels on channel 44 or 25 or channel 10. But he got to channel 6 and he saw the news, and that's when he started taking a cloth hanger off his briefcase. He rigged it up to plug it up to the television set because this is the OTV, and that's when the signal got strong. And like it said on the television news, the World Trade Center got hit or blew up and there was smoke coming out the building. We were like, oh, that's the World Trade, well, one of my friends told me that's the World Trade Center, and I didn't know what he was talking about. As I look up and watch the television set, that's when all of us witnessed the plane coming out of nowhere and just boom hit the building, and we're like, what was that? Was that a plane? And I was shocked when I saw. I mean, I never saw something like that on television, especially on the news. The guy who was on the news, he was kind of shocked and said, he said a cuss word. What the fuck was that? Was that a plane? Was that a plane? That's when they switched it off. It went to some infomercials. Then it went back on the news again, and they said that a plane hit the second building. The buildings are engulfing flames and stuff like that, and they were showing the footage where the plane hit, from the top, from the bottom, and there was people who still were leaving the building, and they saw what was going on when the cameraman looked up, and that's when that plane came in and hit. Next thing we started to notice and see, people were just hanging out the windows trying to ask for help. And what was it? I saw people. I don't know if they jumped or they fallen off the window, but people were just falling off the building. And I'm like, this can't be real. This can't be real. About an hour later, we were still in my class. I was still in my classroom and stuff like that. And next thing I know, one of the buildings started collapsing, and that's when all the people were like leaving, running from their lives to get away from that cloud when the building fell. Then the second building fell. I'm not really exactly sure. When that happened, I was kind of shocked what was going on. I was like, what the heck is going on? And that's when the principal came on the intercom and said, everybody, please go home, remain home, do not go outside, stay in your house, call your parents up if you got a cell phone. And it was crazy. Everybody left, and usually when something like this happened, everybody's like, oh, all right, we can go home. But when everybody was leaving, I saw everybody's faces. They were kind of shocked what was going on. And the people who didn't know what was going on because they had no television in their classroom, they were like, what's going on, man? I heard something got hit. And it was kind of crazy though. I mean, everybody were like shocked because they were going home and like wondering what's going on. I had to find my little brother because my little brother was in the ninth grade center. And when I got to find him, we went home, and we went home. The traffic was hell. I mean, there were so many cars out there. Because usually in my day in Temple, there's usually no cars on the road, but there were so many cars on the road, and I'm like, oh my god, what's going on, And we stopped by the store, and I got something to drink, and there was a newspaper that was already out, the new fresh newspaper of Esher Esher, Temple Telegram newspaper, and like, I got a newspaper, I started reading what's going on, and it still said that please remain in your houses till further notice, if everything's okay, because they didn't know there was this third plane that got taken during the process of the two planes got Hodges, and it hit the Pelican. So me and my brother went straight home. My dad came home from lunch from the city, and first thing he did, he did the same thing with my school teacher did. He went on the television set, watch what's going on. My dad's like, mijo, did something blew up at the World Trade Center? I said, no, it was a plane. You know, my dad was like, "It was a plane. What are you talking about, a plane? No, a plane hit the building." And I think the first one got hit too. And, you know, he was like amazed what was going on. He's like, "Man, this is like Pearl Harbor," you know. Um, it was crazy what was going on, and like I decided to go outside, and there were so many cars in my neighborhood going crazy. You know, one minute there might be a car coming through the neighborhood 100 miles an hour. No one, you know, they're going crazy. You know, because when I was on the sidewalk, the lady was trying to pull out, but she couldn't, so she actually kind of like ran over the her fence to get out. Because I think she had a panic attack or something, or she was freaking out what's going on, and she almost nearly hit me. I mean, I was trying to check what's going on, and the dumbass of myself, you know, I went to the store to get something to drink, you know, a soda, and you know, there was nobody in the gas station at all. I mean, shit. I wanted to get you know, try and drink a soda, and the guy, he didn't come to the register, you know. So I was like, "Hey, sir," you know. He came. He's like telling me, "Go ahead, take the soda, go home." I was like, "What?" You know. I went home, and you know, and during this time, I couldn't go to sleep because I was trying to go to sleep early because I couldn't do it watching TV because there was every time I flipped the channels on that same day, it was just news. This stuff, you know, Cartoon Network and all that stuff, but like, it would like, what would it do? It would do the sound test on the bottom of the screen where you hear the beeps of what's going on. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You're gonna scare the kids now, you know? Just give me goosebumps already. I don't know. It was really, really, really crazy what was going on on that day of September 11th. I didn't get no sleep at all. The day after, it was really, really bad because like I went to band practices, you know, and we did have school, and people were still like freaked out and still have dramatic problems about it. What was going on, you know? It was really bad. um. Here we are 10 years later, you know. They put a memorial wall up. People donated money to the program who lost their families and stuff like that, you know. I'm quite kind of shocked of my teen years when I was 17. And here I am, I'm 26, about to turn 27 pretty soon, and like, the 10 years I went through hell, you know, because the stuff that was happening. I mean, the war, the economy, the job market, the future market of the 401k and the Social Security, you know. Now, when I get old and start having kids, I'm going to tell my kids what I went through. That's basically it, what I gotta say about what I went through, you know, on the day of 9/11. I'm gonna sign out, and if y'all want to do a video response, go ahead and do it. But just tell your day what we was doing on 9/11. I'm gonna sign out and post this video on YouTube. So goodbye, everyone.